Hi friend, this is Shomik Bishwas. Today our objective of discussion is analysis of coupled circuit. So our today's topic is analysis of coupled circuit. So what is coupled circuit? What is coupling? Before that you have to know what is the story of finding out that parameter called inductance. So what is the case study of the inductance? That if it is a symbol of the inductor, so whenever current try to increase through that coil opposes that changes. Okay, so at the starting time when you are applying some sign coefficient of this, so when the current tries to go, it creates some obligation to this. Okay, in the same way, when you are just putting off your switch, the current try to decrease through that inductor, but it is not doing like this, so gradually it releases. So if you are adjusting one bulb across this particular inductor, so when the current is just put on, so the luminescence will glow gradually. Okay, and after a particular time, when the steady state has reached, it has a full glow. Now when you are just putting the switch off, so obviously the glow is continuously die down. So after the off, you can still have some glow. Okay, so that is the beauty of that inductor coil. So when the current is trying to cross that inductor, so one basic physics equation or the law already exists. It says that phi equals to L into I, or someone say that is N phi equals to Li. So what is L? It is basically N phi by I. Now what is the Lenge's findings on this? That if you are doing this, phi equals to Li, and after that if you are taking derivative as d phi by dt equals to L di by dt, so obviously d phi by dt, that is a flux change, that is a flux linkage. So that particular flux linkage, that will create one negative EMF, that is called the induced EMF. So that induced EMF, that is E, is directing itself to opposes what subjected to itself to be increasing. Say suppose if you want to increase the current, obviously the fact is this. So we can write that V equals to d phi by dt equals to L di dt. Now another interesting thing here is a case of one transformer like circuit. So if you are having one transformer like circuit, so obviously there are two coils, as you can see. The first one is L1 and the second one is L2. So whenever the current is there to flow inside that particular coil, when the current is flowing, so obviously some fluxes are created in this way. So that fluxes is what basically in a magnetic circuit, if you are comparing one electrical circuit and a magnetic circuit, so in an electrical circuit, what is the main driver of the circuit? Yes, it is a potential difference or that battery sources, mainly any sort of voltage sources, and there the driving part is I, means that current, and that drop is the voltage. But here in the magnetic circuit, we can write that total current I is replaced with that value flux. So what is the basic definition of phi, that phi is a flux. So phi is total magnetomotive force divided by that reluctance. So where in a coil I current is related, the net magnetomotive force is Ni and the reluctance is L by mu 0 mu r into A. It is a case of solenoid. So what is a solenoid? Solenoid means a structure which have a dense coil inside like this. So this is called a solenoid. And here that length is this, the length of the solenoid. Now our objective of discussion is, so how it is related to this. So when one particular coil having one current, if it is I1, it is flowing inside that particular direction to this particular coil, so obviously some flux will be created. So that flux when induced to that second coil, so it will create some inductive property inside that coil, and obviously some voltage drop is also considered. Now the voltage drop is either positive or negative. How it is so? So actually we can write that what is L equals to, you can write that L equals to N phi by I. If it is L1, so it is N1 or N, you can take common as phi 1 I1. But if the turns of the first coil is N1 and the second coil is N2, so you can write truly for L1 equals to N1 phi 1 by I1. Now due to the flux linkage, what is the mutual inductance created? If it is noted as M, so M equals to N2 phi 1 I1 in terms of second coil. So we can write therefore, again if you are considering from the other side, so L2 can be N2 phi 2 by I2, but on the respect of L2, M can be N1 phi 2 I2. Okay. Now if you are multiplying this both, you will be getting as M square, means this M and this M. If you are multiplying this, M square equals to N1 phi 2 I2 into N2 phi 1 I1. So that is, what is N1 phi 1? That is L1. What is this? This is L2. So it is N1 phi 2 by I2 into N2. So in this way, if you are comparing, you can write that is L1, that is L2. But on the other hand, if you are considering in this way, that phi 1 equals to K phi 1 by I1 into N2 as it is given, and phi 2 equals to K phi 2, that is N1 K phi 2 I2. What is K? That K is a particular rational number. It may be anything, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0.5, 0.8, like this. So it basically gives us knowledge of the flux linkage inside that particular circuit. So therefore we can write that if it is K2 and if it is K1, considering the dissimilarity, so K1 K2 L1 L2. Okay, now what is M then? M equals to plus minus root over k1 k2 into root over L1 L2. Now root over k1 k2 is taken as k. This k is called the coefficient of coupling. So therefore M equals to k into root over L1 into L2. This is, so here M is called the mutual inductance and k is called the coefficient of coupling. Now after having that knowledge of mutual inductance, coefficient of coupling, we should directly involve on a particular interesting thing which we didn't study earlier, that is called the dot convention. So what is dot convention? That suppose it is one inductance, it is another inductance, you are giving dot in this way. So here if current is considered, so in each dot it is seen that the current is entering the dot, here also, or if you are considering there, the current is leaving the dot, So if the direction has changed, so the nature of the current for the two dots are same, either it is leaving or it is entering. So in this case, what is the voltage drop of these two one are additive to each other. It means if you are considering some mutual inductance on that, so obviously it is positive to each other. Now if you are considering the dot in this way, that one is here and another is here, so now it is entering, no problem. Now if you are considering one dot here and another dot is here, so here entering, here also entering. Now if you are considering one dot just adjacent to this, what I have said to this, we are considering both are positive, but one thing you should keep in mind, that whenever you are considering the dot, it should have a clean previous path. So this path is not there, this path should be applicable. So here the convention is just negative. So actually I want to speak in the way, if you are considering one coil suppose and there is another coil, so here two dots are given in this way. So if the current is flowing in this particular direction, so obviously it is entering and it is entering. So here if you are considering the M, so M are additive to this. It means we should write the equation as V1 equals to L1 if the coil is L1 and the coil is L2, so L1 di1 dt plus M di2 dt, because they are the positive, so the current is assisting, actually I want to mean, so the flux linkage is additives to each other. But if the dot is not there, suppose the dot is given in this way, that one coil is this, another coil is this, one dot is here and another dot is here, so obviously here the current is entering the dot and here the current is leaving the dot. So in such case the V1 is also look like L1 di1 dt minus M di2 dt. So this is the first drop and that is a mutual drop. So actually what is V1 then? V1 is basically the direct drop, okay, that L dy dt, because I already shown that is equals to phi means that is induced voltage E here. So that is the first induced voltage and that is a mutually induced voltage. So whether additives, whether subtractive, if you are taking dot convention in this way, so it is additive. If you are taking dot convention in this way, so it is subtractive. In the same way, if you are taking dot this way, it is also subtractive. But if you are taking dot in this way, here both current is leaving, so here again it is additive. So that is a basic concept that we have shared with you. What is a mutual inductance, what is the inductance of a coil, how the coil is related and other thing. So generally if you are considering one AC circuit, one L is taken as the equivalent of j omega L. So it is a impedance of any inductive circuit when you are considering some AC signals. But here we are not considering such AC impedance, we are considering the direct inductance value and that mutual inductance value when you are considering the making of some transformer and some coil successfully in a particular circuit. So let us have some numerical example on that. Well, we should have some mathematical examples that I will solve in front of you, which will show that how these conventions are used. So here in question number 1, one problem is given that one coil arrangement is like this, and it is the dots are given in this way, that first, second, third. Okay, so 3 dots are given in this way. Now it is given that the value of this L1, L2, L3, the value of L1 equals to 1 Henry, L2 equals to 2, L3 equals to 5. These all are the Henry. Now that here M12, because 2 coil having mutual inductance M12, that is M13 and that is M23. So here M13, first one, that is M13, sorry, if it is 1 it is 2, so that is M12, and if it is 2 it is 3, so it is M23, and this is M13. Okay, so M13 here is given as 1 Henry, M23 given as 1 Henry, and M12 given as 0.5 Henry. So 1 Henry, 1 Henry, 0.5 Henry. So what is the inductance value for L1? It is plus that inductance and that inductance, 1, 2 and 1, 3. So what is 1, 2? 0.5. So what is 1, 3? That is 1. And what is L1? That is 1. Now 1 plus 0.5. So it is 2.5. Now why I am adding this? Because see, the dot convention shows that if current is taking this direction, all are entering the node. So this particular problem can be asked in a different way also. Say for that question number 2, I want to mention that here the same problem is given, that is L1, that is L2, that is L3. So L1, L2, L3, but the dots are given first one, second one and the third one here. So that particular inductive effect is subtractive. So M13, if you are taking this, subtractive. Why? Because it is entering the node, but it is leaving that dot. Okay, so that entering and that leaving, so it is minus. So 1, 3 is minus. Now if you are taking 2, 3, it should be minus. If you are taking 1, 2, it should be plus always. So now it is very easy to find out the value. So what is the net? Z1, that is the total L1 if you are representing this. So it is L1, the value of L1 is 1 Henry. So 1 Henry plus 1, 2. So 1, 2 means here 0.5 plus, not that, it is minus 1, 3 minus 1 Henry. So that is 0.5. So in this way you have to find out Z2 for L2. It is, say L2, the value is L2 2 Henry, that is 2, 3 minus, so and that is 2, 3 and 2, 1, means the 1, 2 is plus. So you can write here plus 1, 2 minus 2, 3. So plus 1, 2 here is 0.5 and minus 2 3. So what is 2 3? It is minus 1. So 1 plus 0.5 equals to 1.5 Henry. So in this way you have to calculate the different type of problems. Now another problem you can give is as question number 3. Here one circuit is given. In this way, so it is given as L1, it is given as L2, it is given as K equals to 0.5. Now they need that input impedance. What is the input impedance of the circuit? That is the question. So how to do this? You just consider that here one AC source is given as VAC. Now that is loop 1, that is loop 2. So the current is flowing, it is I1, the current is flowing is I2. So accordingly, what is the equation? That V1 equals to I1 minus I2 into that impedance value j omega L1 plus, for the second coil it is j omega m I2, j omega m I2. Okay, that is number 1 equation. And the second equation, that is here the current to L1, it is I2, it is I1, so it is I2 minus I1. I am considering the second one, j omega L1 now plus I2 j omega L2 plus, for the first coil, j omega m I1, that is equals to second equation, and it is equals to 0. Now from the first case, that I1 minus I2 into j omega L1, and that is m of this. So first find out what is the value of m. M equals to k root over L1 L2. Here the L1 L2 value is given, that L1 equals to 0.2 and L2 equals to 0.5 Henry. So just put this value, we will be getting that k equals to given as 0.5. So the value is given as m equals to just putting this value, we have to calculate it by yourself, and that m is coming as 10, that is Henry. So m is coming like this. So put this value L1 L2 like this in this particular equation, and you will be getting a particular relation of I2 and I1 from this. Okay, and putting this value on this, so you will be getting what is the variation of V1 by I1, that is equals to finally j omega into 0.1975 Henry. So finally the L value is 0.1975. Okay, so in this way you can solve it. There may be some another source, I am not taking clearly to you. If you are taking that series combination of two inductor L1 L2, so what is the final value of their inductance? L1 plus L2 minus 2m, or if it is assisting, so it should be plus 2m, so it is plus minus 2m. Now if you are adding two inductor as a parallel one, L1 L2, so what is the final value? That is L final. This is L1 L2 plus minus of m square divided by L1 plus L2 plus minus of 2m. So we can try it out also. I am not taking much clear, but for this type of problem, that KVL KCL application is enough, so you can easily find out the result. But don't worry, some other method is also available, which may I discuss in my next lecture. So thank you very much for listening it clearly, patiently, and try to understand this one. So please work out such type of problem, and in my next class I will tell you much more things on that coupled circuit. Thank you very much.